hard to say how I feel. It's like ooh la la. It's kinda easy now 'cause it's real. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Well, good evening, friends. How are you tonight? Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm trying something. I'm going to try something a little different. See if we're going. We'll give it a test. I think maybe the virtual camera didn't like the virtual camera. So, oh, hang on. Snuffers. Where did that go? I just had it. Just a sec. I've been outside. And yes, we've been outside. It's glorious here today. The the lights probably all wackadoo on this video tonight, on this whole live stream, but I have to have the windows shade open because it's sunny. It's been a glorious week here. So glorious, so nice. And I've been out in the studio almost every day, just messing around and painting and doing all kinds of little things. I got some more shorts edited and ready, and I put one out today that I had done a while back, and then I've got 2 more edited ready to go out tomorrow and the next day. And oh gosh, I found a bunch more that I had just painted without videoing, which was nice. So I've got 22. Is it 22? 22 of my 100 tiny paintings done. Hey, I'm doing okay. Let's see. And I have eyelashes falling in my eyes. So who's here? Linda's here. Yay. There we go. And Tamara's here. I hope your connection stays too. I'm hoping mine stays. I'm thinking maybe this virtual cam might have been thing. And there. So need to replace your whole septic system. Oh no, that's huge. Gosh. Hey, Roy. Today's word of the day is wackadoo, or is it wackadoodle? Wackadoodle is good. I call my grandson McLean. His nickname, I call him Macadoodle. Yes, I always have. He's just Macadoodle. But wackadoo or wackadoodle. So I'm glad you're here, Roy. So this is my experiment today with trying to see making things not crash. I've been using my little Meet 2s, but I've been using the virtual camera aspect of them just because then I can get away without, I can just, even if the lighting or if I'm tired, I can make myself not look quite so tired, but oh well, for all friends here. So this time I'm trying it with just the straight Meet 2 camera without using the virtual cam aspect of it. See if that does anything better. And then I'll know because I kind of took me a while to do the sort down through the correlation of what it might be, take one thing away and it still happens. Okay, put it back, then take another thing away. It still happens. What it is bad. So, and I had to kind of go back in my memory as to when it started happening. It's about the time I figured out how to use the virtual camera. Probably. Yeah, so much for my vanity. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. Whack-a-mole. Roy's here and Linda and Tamara. So Tamara Tamara, we are running it. I mean, it is glorious springtime weather here. April in the Pacific Northwest, we've had 5 days of in the 60s, which for us is like, and no rain. It's been, and it almost got up to 70, but it's just been like, I can open the studio door toward the end of the day and the sun comes. It's just been glorious this whole week. Got some yard work. Bob worked on stuff. And I didn't do yard work. I don't like, I'm not not a yard work person. But here Tamara is running into the opposite. She's in fall going into winter there. And yay. So Roy's been doing some new uh, new lives and new videos this week. I've caught a couple of them. I caught the tail end of one of his lives, but his puppet one was the one that was one of my favorites. And then Carlos has been having a bunch of things too. I need to sit down and just spend some time, but it was kind of nice this week. I went out to Studio G, and I had my computer out there, but I didn't turn it on. I just opened up paints and opened up stuff and opened up the doors and just started playing with nobody out. No sound, although I did have the door wide open and a bird flew in. A bird flew into the studio, and it came in through the doors on the west side, and it came in, and there's a little window on the north, and it like could see through to the north and came through and thought it was going to get to the bird feeders, but it couldn't. So I had to put a piece of paper all along the window, slide it along to back it out, and he finally turned around and he zipped out, but he knocked off a bunch of stuff. Made a mess. Oh well. Not too bad, but it's like, no, buddy, this is not your place to be. Oh well. All right. So tonight, friends. I found they're just some really wonderful books. I mean, they're just cute. They're just great illustrations. They're just good stories about friendship and about kind of the way we look at it and what it does. And you know, it's a really important part, I think, that we have in our lives and how we make those connections. And in kids' books, it's just something else. So the first book I have is called Plus One. And it's by John Hare. And it is, you know, have you ever gotten that invitation that you're invited to something and then the plus one? And, you know, if you bring your spouse or your significant other, you have that plus one. But what if you don't? It's the plus one, or you can bring somebody plus one, and how are they going to fit in? This is a great little story, I think, called just plus one. Tamara's been focusing on creating for weeks. It's your therapy. Yay. A tippyhedron moment. That's something of value. Yeah. Yeah, Roy does. I love his morning video journals and that type of thing. It's and Roy, you know, I think sometimes you question whether or not what you have is of value, and it is to someone out there. And they may not watch you live at that time, but sometime they're going to come along and they're going to see it, and it's going to be of value. And the other thing that is just as important is that it's of value to you. And that's really important. You got to remember that that's really important, that what you do is of value to yourself. Just saying, you know. Anyway, so let's get started on a story. This one is called Plus One. There you go. And hang on. Is it even showing here? Oh, I got to fix something here. Yay. There, now you can see me. I switched to the other camera, so I didn't adjust all of the scenes. Don't tell on me. Plus One by John Hare. Oh, look at her little pinky up in the air and the little crown. Did all of you guys have to learn how to do that? Yeah. Charm School. Mrs. Britt's Charm School. Plus One. Agnes was new to town and wanted to make friends. So she invited some girls in her class to a fancy tea party. You, +1, are invited to a fancy tea party today at 417 Elm. Oh. As soon as Agnes got home from school, she started getting ready for her guests. That must be the girls I invited over, she thought, after hearing the knock on the door. It wasn't. Hi, my name is Dave. I live next door, and I'm here for the tea party. Agnes didn't want this strange kid at her tea party. The invitation says +1. That means you need to bring a friend, said Agnes. And since you don't have a friend with you, goodbye. She closed the door. Knock, knock. For my +1, I would like to introduce you to my esteemed friend, Pierre of the North, Esquire, said Dave. Honk, 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 said Pierre. Your friend is too loud, said Agnes, and she closed the door. Knock, knock. This is my friend Fred, said Dave. He's more of a thinker than a talker. Said Agnes. Sorry, I'm going to have to say no. Your friend seems a bit prickly. This smooth fellow is my friend, Mr. Scallywiggles, said Dave. I met the good doctor while looking for bugs under rocks. Is that a snake? Asked Agnes. No, actually, he is a legless lizard, said Dave. The difference is... Agnes shut the door. Knock, knock. That better not be Dave again, thought Agnes. This is a snake, said Dave. Agnes slammed the door. No cold-blooded guests. Knock, knock. This is my mom, said Dave. She gives great hugs, makes amazing French toast, and will let me win at tag. Impressive, said Agnes, but no grown-ups. Knock, knock. Guess who, said Dave. Allow me to present Captain Rufus and Admiral Angie, protectors of the high seas. Ooh, puppies! Come right in. Not you, said Agnes. Wait, said Dave from the other side of the door. You should know they're not. Knock, 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 knock. Agnes put the puppies outside. Oh, take a look what's happening. She's looking out the door and out the window. Nobody's coming. But there. I was just wondering, said Agnes, if my friend and I could play tag with you and your friends. The unusual group of friends huddled up. Honk, 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 said Pierre. Pierre wants to know what your friend's name is, said Dave. Oh, this is the Honorable Justice Matilda Bearclaw III, said Agnes. Well, Your Honor, said Dave. You're it! One of the girls Agnes invited over caught Justice Matilda Bearclaw III. Sorry we didn't get here sooner. We had soccer practice, said the girl. Is it too late for tea? It's never too late for tea, said Agnes. Honk, said Pierre. Of course you are invited, Pierre, said Agnes, and bring our friends. And that is +1 by John Hare. Yeah, making sure that all the friends are welcome. Let's see, what are you guys saying here? Focusing on creating for weeks. My vlog channel is of value to me. It's like the pressure, though, of not worrying of anyone watches, unlike my main channel. Tea time. We had, you said listening to the birds. This reminded me. We dog sat our neighbor's dog, Bailey, Aldo's girlfriend. She's a 11-year-old Australian Shepherd. And Aldo just thinks she's the bee's knees. And Bailey came, but our neighbor needed us to watch Bailey while she had to go to take care of an emergency. So what we didn't know is that Bailey watches TV sometimes. If you like, we were during dinner, we were watching the Girl with the Dogs. It's that channel. She's dog grooming. All of a sudden, Bailey was nose to the screen, and what was going on? And we thought, oh, okay. Then we switched to something else, and we were watching a landscape artist of the year, and it was a summary, and somebody brought their dog up to one of the pods, and all of a sudden Bailey was right there, and we thought, oh, found out later from the dog's owner, from Bailey's owner, that Beth and Dick can't even watch Animal Planet because Bailey will attack the TV. I just thought that was crazy. I love authenticity. Yes. Agnes is kind of rude. Yes, she is a little bit, but too late for tea. Awesome story. Drink. They are beautiful dogs. Yes, Australian Shepherds are beautiful. Bailey is great. She's a good. She's just a good dog. And Aldo just thinks she's fun. He's not real fond of most girls' dogs. He's kind of that. Even though he's 9, you'd think he would, but most girl dogs he'll bark at. And Bailey he likes. Anyway, so the next story that I have for you is called Leo, a ghost story by Mac Barnett and pictures by Christian Robinson. So the layout of this book is a little odd. So for you guys to really see the pictures and have it not, and the way it's laid out in Libby, for you to be able to see them, I'm going to read the book on my phone here. I have it here. So that way the pictures are larger for you and you'll be able to see them better. I think the illustration, it's kind of a monotone type. It's done in blues, which is a really cool art technique they did for the illustration on this, and with just some black accent, but it's mainly in different shades of blue, and it's called Leo, a Ghost Story by Mac Barnett. And I love the fact that it's stick figure drawing, just so expressive. And it's dedicated to John Klassen, who's the author and illustrator of, This Is My Hat, Have You Seen My Hat, all those books that we can have. This is Leo. Most people cannot see him, but you can. Leo is a ghost. For many years, Leo lived all by himself in a house on the edge of the city, reading books and drawing pictures in the dust. One day in spring, Leo was glad to have company. On the family's first night, he made them mint tea and honey toast. Leo thought he was being a good host. But the family saw things differently. They hid in the bathroom and locked the door. "This house is haunted," said the man. "Gary, I'm scared," said the woman. I hate tea, said the boy, and I hate ghosts. They did not know that Leo was floating above the tub. He heard everything they said. The family called in a scientist, a clergyman, and a psychic to get rid of the ghost. But they should have saved their money. Leo knew he was unwanted. He said goodbye to his home and left. I've been a house ghost all my life, Leo thought. Maybe I would like being a roaming ghost for a while. So Leo roamed. Leo saw the city and the people who lived there. Nobody saw Leo. The city was not like Leo remembered it. Some places were wonderful, and some places were scary. Everywhere, it was noisy. Oops. There we go. Leo went to the street corner where his favorite candy store used to be. Now nothing was there. Excuse me, he asked a police officer. Do you know where? And the officer walked right through him. There was an afternoon when Leo found himself roaming along a sidewalk covered in drawings. He came across a girl holding a chalk in her hand. The girl looked up and stared right at Leo. I'm Jane, she said. What's your name? It was so strange to be looked at. At first, Leo said nothing. Finally, he replied, I'm Leo. Jane nodded. Leo, do you want to play Knights of the Round Table? Yes, Leo said, because he did. Good, said Jane. First, you have to get knighted by the king. Well, who is the king? Leo asked. I am, said Jane. That's why I'm wearing a crown on my head. Leo looked at her head. He did not see a crown. Still, he kneeled down and was knighted on the spot. Leo and Jane sat at a table. Sir Leo, said Jane, meet Sir Ruffs, a loyal dog. Don't you think he looks handsome in his armor? Yes, said Leo, and he bowed at an empty chair. And Sir Leo, said Jane, this is Sir Muse, a loyal cat. Don't you think his whiskers are wise looking? Oh, I do, said Leo, and he bowed again. And finally, said Jane, this is Sir Squawks. Leo interrupted, a loyal bird? Jane frowned. No, she said, Sir Squawks is a giant hamster. Oh, said Leo. I'm not wearing my glasses. Jane squinted at the chair. I guess, she said. Jane, a woman's voice came from another room. Tell your imaginary friends goodbye and come down to dinner. Fine, said Jane, and she turned to Leo. My mom doesn't think my imaginary friends are worthwhile, but I think you're great. And with that, she stood up and went to the kitchen. Leo felt awful. She thinks I'm just imaginary, he thought. If I tell her I'm a ghost, I will scare her away. After dinner, Jane returned to her room and gave Leo a sword, and they snuck into a cave, slew a dragon, and stole all his loot. When Leo closed his eyes, he could almost see the gold coins and green scales. After a glorious feast, it was time for bed. Jane gave Leo a pillow and a sheet. Don't tell Sir Ruffs, she said, but you are my best imaginary friend. Yes, said Leo. He was so happy he couldn't sleep. Leo went to the living room so he wouldn't wake Jane with his wrestling. All night he lay on the floor designing his coat of arms. And so Leo was awake when a sneak thief climbed through the window. "Halt!" cried Leo, but the thief passed right through him on his way to the silverware. Later, Leo would not be able to say where the idea came from, but he threw the bedsheet over himself and flew at the thief, who was so frightened he dropped all the salad forks, and Leo chased the man into a closet, then slammed the door shut and locked him inside. It was very well done. The sound of the door woke Jane, who called the police and roused her mother. A squad car came and hauled the man off to jail. And that was that. "Thanks," said Jane. "You're welcome," said Leo. "I'm glad I could help." "But, Leo," said Jane, "if you're my imaginary friend, how did you scare that robber?" Leo looked down at the carpet. "Jane, I told you a lie. I'm a ghost. I said I was your imaginary friend, but I'm not. I'm just your real friend." "Oh," said Jane. "Well, that's even better." And they went to the kitchen to have mint tea and honey toast at midnight. And I love the kind of scratched out drawings. I love those. Those are so much fun. Kind of like doodles all over the page, done with white ink on blue paper. Reminds me of that paper that we used to use for photos for sun exposure. Doing that. Okay. And that one is that. Hey. This is so great. I think I might have solved this. I think it may have been the virtual camera. So, well, that's going to be interesting. I wonder if anybody else has had that issue. We'll see. Yeah. Cute little story. I'm like, Leo's face is expressive. Like that in our home when I was a kid. Lots. They were friendly, yes. Ghosts can be friendly, or they can just be confused. Girl with the dogs here on, you don't know if, yeah, it is, she does have Girl with the Dogs 2, and then the Girl with Her Dogs. And the Girl with Her Dogs is more about her own dogs and stuff that she does. The Girl with the Dogs 2 has the longer grooms of dogs that she does. She's up in Niagara Falls and she does them for free. And she provides services to people for dogs who have difficulty getting groomed and different kind of things and stuff. Dogs and cats. And the Girl with the Dogs, the original one is shorter clips and stuff. So anyway, yeah, same gal, Vanessa. It's fun. Leo's face is expressive. I watch her too. Yeah. Got some of that sun exposure paper. Yeah, it's fun. So fun to watch all that what she does with it. We've learned a lot about being able to groom Aldo from watching her too on different kind of things. So that's fun. So I have one more book, and this one is called "Thank You for Being My Friend," and it's by Peter Bentley and Gil McLaren. And it's just a cute book. Just a cute one that I thought it fit with tonight. And here we go. There you go. Thank you for being my friend. Yes, that's Lupe. No, not Lupe. Lupa. Her German Shepherd is a seeker, and she's been doing that training And then her other little ones, Gidget and Sprout and oh, what's the other ones? They're just hilarious, hilarious dogs. Anyway, thank you for being my friend. That's this one. Another cute one. I love the illustrations in this are just so perfect. It's just the little animal kind of things. Peter Bentley and Gil McLean. It was a dark night. In the bedroom, nothing stirred. Nothing except a heap of bright wrapping paper on the end of the bed. The paper rustled. It crackled. It shook. And then out jumped a toy horse. "Hello," said the horse. "I'm Cleo." But there was no answer. Cleo trotted across the bed. "Where is everybody?" she wondered. "I don't like the dark," and oof, Cleo tumbled onto the floor. There were strange shapes in the dark. "I'm scared," shivered Cleo. "I can see monsters." There was a thin monster, a cuddly monster, a tall monster, and a monster with no head. Cleo saw a faint gleam, a light. Trying not to wake anyone of the monsters, she tiptoed carefully toward the door. Oh, she tumbled out onto the landing. "Oh," said Cleo, "it's only the moon." Suddenly, a cloud slid over the moon and everything went dark. And then something downstairs went bong, bong. Cleo nearly jumped out of her skin. "Another monster! Bong, bong. Help!" neighed Cleo. And Cleo spun on her hooves and galloped back the way she had come. Cleo trotted into the bedroom and tripped over something on the floor. "Ugh," groaned the thing drowsily. "Who are you?" "I'm Cleo," muttered Cleo. "But please don't eat me up." Then the moon came out again, and Cleo saw that the thing was a fluffy yellow duck. "I'm Daphne," smiled the duck. "Why would I eat you?" Cleo told Daphne all about the monsters. "The monsters won't hurt you," said Daphne. "Promise?" asked Cleo with a big yawn. "Promise," said Daphne kindly. "Why don't you snuggle in with me?" "You won't go, will you?" said Cleo. "No, you're safe now. Good night," said Daphne. "Good night." The next morning, Cleo peeped out from under Daphne's wing. She blinked in the bright sunlight. "Morning, sleepyhead," quacked Daphne. "Come and meet all the monsters." Cleo shot back under Daphne's wing. "Don't worry," laughed Daphne. "They won't eat you. I promised, remember?" The thin monster was a lamp. The cuddly monster was a pile of cushions. The tall monster was a wardrobe. And the headless monster was a dressing gown. And the one that chased Cleo was the grandfather clock. "Tick-tock, tick-tock." "I've been really silly," smiled Cleo. "No, you haven't," said Daphne. "Lots of things look more scary in the dark." "I don't think I'll be scared anymore," said Cleo. "Now that you're my friend." The end. There's Cleo again. Yay. There's that one. Yes. Oh, what do you guys say? The dogs are being used as emotional support dogs. Sued? Used, not sued. That's stupid. I know. You get the letters mixed up. I sometimes I type too fast, and I get them. I get them backwards. I do that when I do shepherd too fast, and I'll get it spelled wrong, and if I'm typing too fast. Oh my goodness. Well, you're adorable. Yes. Anyway, that was those are my stories about friendship. I thought especially that one about the dark, I can see although it's a little young for my grandson. I do have a grandson that doesn't really get one of my Lachlan has some things with the dark he doesn't really like, but I think that book's a little bit young for him. But still, those kind of things. Yeah. Rory would like that one. She would like that. But so the rest of this week, what am I going to do? Tomorrow, I think I'm going to go get new nails and a pedicure. I need a pedicure. It's been a couple months. My toenails are sticking out the end of my shoes. And sometimes predictive text isn't clairvoyant. That's funny. Yeah. I know it's not. It's crazy. So, that's what I'm doing tomorrow morning, and then hoping to get back to working on some of my photos. But yeah, Sunday I'll be in with more story for you, and I'm just really pleased that this worked. That we didn't have any crashes, we didn't have any burns, and I'll put in a ticket about that crashing when I have that on. I wonder, yeah, see if anybody else runs into that. That's a good thing about the eCam community. We can always ask all those questions and find out for sure if that's a possibility. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Yay! Don't yawn. I'll fall asleep. I have been going. I came home the other day. I had an eye appointment on Tuesday, and it was fairly early in the morning. I had to leave here at like 8:15 to get up there to Silverdale on time because it was an hour away. And then they dilated my eyes. Not so bad that I couldn't drive, but I had to wear my sunglasses and stuff. And then I had to go to Gig Harbor for another appointment like at noon, but I got there early. I got there at 11:30 and they could take me. So I didn't get home until about 1:45. I was so tired. I walked in at the house. I said, I'm exhausted. And I crawled in bed for a nap and I didn't get up until 5. And Bob thought for sure I wasn't going to be able to sleep that night. I was asleep by 10 and I slept all the way till the next. I was like exhausted. I don't know what it was. Must have been just the busy time. But anyway, so catching up on my sleep. Sunshine and sleep. I think it's a good thing. So anyway, you guys, Linda and Tamara, thanks for being here. Roy, too, thanks for being here. And anybody who catches this on the replay, appreciate you listening to these wonderful, cute stories about friendship. Hopefully they, maybe you know somebody who might like one of them, and you can send them your way. Today I stopped by the library and picked up some more books, and was talking to the librarian there. They had it's spring vacation here for the kids at school, so the story time was pretty sparse because a lot of the families are on vacation, but there was still a bunch of little kids coming in for story time. It was so fun to see that still happening there, and the librarians were having a good time. And got some good books. I got what did I get? I got Window Fishing. I got Awesome Earth, Outside Amelia's Window. my Baba's Garden. And then I have one that says I can't draw, which we'll see, which I do. I'll probably do those on Sunday. So send in your art, show me what you're doing. I've been just, like I said, doing tons of little tiny paintings and some doodles, and I'm going to try to get some photo stuff done. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get that. So everybody, thanks for being here. I appreciate it so much. And well, it was too long a drive to important stuff. I got Libby and Hoopla, haven't tried them yet. Libby is really easy. Hoopla has some more. I mean, Hoopla has some things too, but Libby, you just connect it to your library card. And then when it says, like when it says manage loan, you can, if you click that on some books will open in either Libby or on Kindle. And I prefer to open them in Libby because then I don't have to download them to my Kindle app and Amazon and the Kindle Cloud Reader and da-da-da-da-da. But there's also sometimes there's a PDF of them that will do. But I like the Libby, and it tends to fit the format that I can see pretty well on this, so it works. Hoopla, if I can't find a book that I really want, I'll try through Hoopla sometimes. So they're pretty wonderful. And let me know, Linda, if you want to do a tutorial, want me to help you set it up, because I can walk you through it easily, and we can do that, and not a problem. And yeah, alrighty. All right, you guys, everybody, take care. Have a great rest of your week and heading into your weekend. And Tamara's already starting her weekend because it's Friday for her. She's in the future. How's the weekend turning out, Tamara? Is it good? Is it good? I hope so. Yeah. All right, you guys, everybody, take care. Have a great day. See you on Sunday. Thanks for filling my bucket. I appreciate you being here. And I'll see you on Sunday with more stories and art and all kind of good things. But until then, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. I'll see you next time.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We came and running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me.
Oh, yeah, I'll be here Sunday night, Easter night. Yeah, we don't have any family thing going on, so I'll be here Sunday night.
We could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a mile.
I'll be here.
Better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try. Not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, we can